Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to RTG TV for the final race of the week. Usually the third race of the week, but this week the second. Of course, we had the cancellation of. The lack of stream in the Monday race. But we're back here in Miami. We were here a few weeks ago on the Wednesday Tiers second round. This track's got 19 corners. It's 5.412 kilometres and 3.262 miles in length. It's got 2 DRS zones. We're going to have 29 laps to run around this track once we get underway with the racing after this full qualifying session. Paul Jones is leading the way in the championship right now. He's on 84 points, 76 points for Matthew. Chuckle is in third place with 69 points, 51 points for Queeks Gamer, and Danny Apex is in fifth with 34 points. Aston Martin have 105 points in the lead of the championship, 97 for Alfa Romeo in second, and Mercedes are third on 76 points. Driver's already out on the circuit. Lee is back this evening, not on my lonesome tonight.
Hello. I think this is Royal Rumble just coming to the end of his lap now. But glad to be back here today and looking forward to this Grand Prix here. Of course, we've got 18 in, so yeah, I reckon it's going to be quite a good race. As I remember, I think it was Wednesday was actually quite a good race as well. Well, we've seen the first time already be put on the board, the 1:29.014. And
a lot of drivers using the intermediates, Lee. A lot of them, actually. Yep. 2, 4, 6 of them.
And no short Marcus is one, anyway.
And another one is Matthew, who's on his lap, and I don't know if you'd seen Lee or noticed already that the Aston Martin's got a one-off livery at the moment.
Is it?
It's very subtle.
How? And please don't tell me it's that fin, but that's just like we're red and blue on it.
Yes, it is. It's
exactly my God, that is nothing. I was thinking.
Yeah, that was for a few months ago, actually.
What, that's been there for a few months now?
No. The livery happened a few months ago. As you see the back end step out from Matthew, it turned 17 as it goes around the final corner. Crosses line to 1:33.2, of course, on that intermediate, but only 7/10 behind Danny Lee on intermediate.
Quite close there.
Prop up next.
We've just imagined Danny probably just had a wee slip. Coming onto a straight, quite possibly. Oh, shot Marcus, he was drifting that around the penultimate corner there. My God, how he managed to keep that from going into the wall, I have no idea. That was spectacular.
1:32.8 there, 1:28.9 for Danny on the soft tyres.
Maybe just done a couple of warm-up laps rather than just the one.
Prodigy now with a 32.365.
Yep, Chuckle on the intermediates to the line. See if he's going to be short. Marcus, does he? Oh no, it was Prodigy, sorry. Just 3/10 off him.
Lee, how do you fancy having a bit of a second job and leaving me to it for a minute? Why don't we tell the viewers who's leading the intermediate championship after today? Are you able to go back and look at the other couple of streams just at the start of Q1? The list of the intermediate tyres will be up on the screen, so make sure to put them up every week. Who is one? Who would be technically leading if we just say they get a point for every time?
Right, okay, right. Well, first of all, just quickly, some messages from the chat got Johnson, hey chat, hey comms. I'll be supporting Matthew there. And then Lenny saying, hey chat, good luck to all the drivers out there also. So, I'll go and have a wee check on that and I'll report back in just a few moments.
And we'll find out after today. We'll keep a log of it from this week. But if we don't do it now, I don't think we ever will. But Super Striker getting a 1:28.8 on the medium tyre. Very impressive lap there. So we've only got one more driver to set a lap on the intermediates. We only usually see them do one attempt here in Q1. I think it's the unwritten rule, though, that they only get to do one lap set anyway. They need to get on with it anyway, because they'll have to get onto the slick tyre and do an actual proper lap. Saying that a couple of them are sitting reasonably comfortably right now, even though there's still 5 drivers yet to set their laps. One of them being Paul Jones, as I said, the last one on that intermediate tyre as he makes his way down towards the final braking zone of the lap. Turn 17 tyres, struggling to get grip on the entry and on the exit, and that's probably absolutely ruined his lap. Or not. Paul Jones right now looks like he has won the intermediate championship round at Miami so far in Thursday's tier. What do we think, Lee? Should we be introducing an extra point for intermediate in the championship?
Well, it would definitely spice things up. I'm looking back, and unfortunately, I can't find out because someone forgot to put the tyres up. So, unfortunately, I'm not able to find that out.
We can work it out, though, but we just might not be able to do it today. There will be a way to work it out.
Yeah.
You reckon I don't put the things up, do you?
Yeah, I was looking through it and there was none up, so hey-ho. But right now, Paul Jones, oh, I just noticed there, who was that? Was somebody around under the freeway?
The AlphaTauri of Royal Rumble, who's sitting 3rd at the moment.
Well, you better get a move on, either or it's going to get disqualified.
I mean, ghosting is on. I'd understand it if it was off, him sitting there, just staying out of the way, but...
I mean, it could still put the drivers off as they're, if he's coming across the line or whatever, or even at the side, so... Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. Oh, and who's that? That's Bugatti Sloven, the other AlphaTauri there, spinning out. Was that in? Yep, that's just coming to the end of Sector 1 there. So his lap's bust then. See, Looney Man just coming up to the penultimate corner now. Oh, he's jumping into the pits.
So only Matthew Jones yet to assess the lap. We did think we were going to have 17 this evening. We've got 18, so the bottom 3 will drop out in Q1, and then the standard 5 for Q2 until the top 10 shootout for that pole position.
Up now on a lap though is Prof in the Mercedes. He's just coming under the freeway now. Onto the straight all the way up to turn 18 now. How long is it this straight again? It's over a mile, obviously, I know that. Got to be anyway.
No, I think it's about 3/4 of a mile. Maybe about a kilometre, something like that.
That's what I was meant to say, a kilometre. But there's Prof putting in a 1:28.9 and going 5th, so I would imagine that he would be quite safe, although we've still got quite a few of these intermediate times on right now.
And Chuck sets the fastest time of the afternoon so far with a 1:28.560. His teammate as well is on a flyer now that's got off that intermediate tyre and got a bit more serious onto that dry compounded tyre. Of course, the Red Walls soft tyre, which is the one you want to be using in qualifying, even though we did see a very decent lap from Super Striker on the medium tyre. We've also seen Pippo Kennedy do a lap on the medium tyre as well.
Prodigy. Times you're going to put in a 1:27.8. Absolutely smashes Chuck's time there. Oh, Prof. What has he been at?
Oh, Prof. Yeah, I didn't see that. Someone else has just crossed the line there. Quakes Gamer. Matthew goes into second place.
So right now, Chuckle, Short Marcus and Matty Jones. Well, Matty, who's not even set a time yet, Chuckle and Short Marcus both on intermediate times. So it looks like Prof is going to be put out by his teammate. Well, right now anyway. If things go the way they are going. Oh no, wait there. So he'll be with there. Prof sitting. I hate how this game does this.
Prof will be starting 15th regardless. That's just how it works out.
But right now he's sitting in 9th. Yeah, 9th. He's sitting in.
Yeah, I believe so. Who was that just across the line there? Is that Chuckle? Yeah, just setting a lap in the Mercedes there with a 1:27.953.
Oh, Short Marcus taking as much on the exit there as he can, going into the start of sector 2 there.
Matty Jones now making his way down the back straight towards the final braking zone of the lap. The only driver that hasn't set a time in Q1 so far, with just over 3 minutes to go in this session. As he comes around the final corner, I don't think he's going to have fuel to go again, so this probably is going to be his one and only lap, and he goes and stays 18th, and he actually is going again, so he must have bailed out of the lap previous. Didn't notice the fact that his battery was almost fully charged, but he's off on another run, and this certainly will be his final run.
Short Marcus though just coming up to the final corner now to the line. Time's he going to be able to put in? 4th he goes with a 1:28.2.
Paul Jones, our championship leader, he comes across the line, goes to provisional first place in this Q1 session with a 1:27.730.
Seen the yellow flag there, that must have been for a car getting out of the way. Thought somebody possibly crashed again.
I was mentioning yesterday, Lee, when you weren't here, it was Prodigy versus Josh McGill.
Right.
And next weekend in the Rugby World Cup semi-final, it's South Africa versus England, which of course Prodigy's from South Africa and Josh is from England. So I said it was a build-up to next week's game.
Yeah, I would imagine that.
And I've lost my train of thought there because I was going to say something else to add to it, and I've just completely forgotten.
Brain fart.
Yeah, it'll come to me in a second. It'll come to me. It did make sense with something.
Super.
Oh, that was.
Yep.
Go on.
Oh no, I was just saying Super Striker went 7th there.
No, I was going to say by making sporting references to other sports, and another one at the moment, the Cricket World Cup's on right now, and Paul Jones in the championship, as it stands, is really been hitting it for 6. I said to you before the start of the stream that he'd got 28 points in every race he's taken part in right now, which is the first 3 races. Apart from he's won the last 2, Huh?
He's cheating.
Stupid.
He's got Norse in that car.
No, he's got consistency though. But yeah, no, seriously, he's been hitting it out of the park at the moment at the start of this championship.
Definitely. Now, I think Bugatti Sloven, he's just coming up to the end of his lap. He's in the elimination zone right now, sitting pretty in 16th place. And he's coming up to the line. Is he going to be able to get a good enough time to get him out of there? No, he doesn't. 29.1. He's just 0.08 of a second off.
A driver that's been knocked out in Q1 once this season so far, out of 2 full qualifying sessions, and that looks like it's going to be the case again this evening. The Pretender being another one of those drivers that's been knocked out in Q1. And Matty Jones as well, he's going to be starting last in the Miami Grand Prix.
Ooh, Pretender just off. Not by much though, but hey ho. So everyone else is safe now.
Yeah, they are. That's it done. So the Pretender, unfortunately for him, in the last 3 races, has been knocked out of Q1 both times. So not a happy man. Second time he started 16th this season so far.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. He's just they're just going to need to try and get a bit more practice in if they can. And yeah, unfortunately for them, not being able to make the cut into Q2, just waiting for some of the drivers to get wheeled back into their garages now.
We're also waiting for Bugatti, who's going rather slowly down the back straight. We have got technically a minute and 35 seconds left of the session.
Is he going to make it in time? Ooh.
Is he going to go in the box, or is he going to take it to the line? Already looks like he's going into the box.
Crying face.
Rather slowly. I've just noticed as well that you can actually see the kick-up of marbles.
Yeah.
Never realised that.
Mad. I'll have a wee check out of that as we're going around the track in the next session. So as we see that Alpha Tauri, who's going to be sitting in 17th place, come the race, getting wheeled back into the garage. And here we go, we'll get down to the final order of the first of 3 qualifying sessions. Paul Jones taking the fastest lap of 1:27.730. Then just behind him was Prodigy. Then it was Chuckle, Matthew, Pippo Kennedy, Sean Marcus, Super Striker, Coyotes Gamer, Chuck, Winnieman, Lee, Taylor Danny, Royal Rumble, and then Danny. Unfortunately, Prof crashed out, so he was going to be starting in 15th. Still managed to get a good enough time to get him into Q2, but unfortunately didn't manage to make it with crashing out. Pretender will be starting 16th, Bugatti Sloven 17th, and Matty Jones 18th. Unfortunately, Matty Jones only managing to get 1 lap in. So now we move on to the second qualifying session, where the top 15 will battle it out for a place in the third and final qualifying session.
Usually we'd have 15 cars for Q2, but of course this evening we're going to have 14 as Prof crashed out in Q1, so is starting 15th technically in Q2, but he isn't able to attend. So the clock has started ticking. We've got 15 minutes of this session, and obviously just under that now. The clouds seem to have drifted away, Liam. We see some blue skies now, so any chance of rain like we did in round 2 of the Wednesday tier doesn't look like it's going to be the case at the moment.
It's a bit unfortunate is when that a little bit of water on the track does spice it up a little. Saying that, Super Striker, you seen this?
What was the time for the Q1 session, Lee? We might see someone trying to beat it in Q2. We don't have an unwritten rule that you can't do it in Q2. Just people usually do it in Q1.
Right, let me fast forward or rewind back. So I think it was Prodigy who got a 132.365.
132.365.
So
That's me trying to remember it.
So we'll see how he's going to be done in just a few short moments.
And I believe Royal Rumble will be up first here this evening. He was knocked out in Q2 last week in Montreal. Is he going to be able to get into Q3 this time around as he goes around the final corner of turn 19 and starts his lap, and he's already invalidated it, Lee?
Who's done that?
Royal Rumble.
Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Sorry, I'm just focusing on Super Striker right now, as he seems to be the odd one out on them Greenwald Pirellis, which are usually prescribed for the light rain.
Or a start of a Q1 in RTG.
Or that, yeah, I suppose. But we're just seeing him coming to the end of Sector 1 into Turn 8. And then these two corners, which aren't really corners, which I've never understood, to be honest.
There must be a certain radius, I think. There must be a rule about like a certain radius.
Maybe that's what it is, because I don't know. It's weird.
That makes sense, to be fair.
True. See him coming under the freeway for 14 and 15, now around 16. Be careful on that throttle. His tyres are probably starting to heat right up now.
And he's got an Aston Martin right behind him as well. And you can't
really,
he's going to have to move out the way. You can't really hold him up, surely not. As Danny goes fastest and sets the benchmark. So we have already seen a 127. Where's the Aston Martin and Matthew going to go? 128.2. A 133 dead. That wasn't as fast as Prodigy, was it? It was 32 something, you said.
32.365. Now, I think that could have been possibly due to the Aston Martin of Matthew just breezing past him going into turn 18. Yeah, you had to slow up for that. And short Marcus abusing them curves at turns 14 and 15 there, right under the freeway.
Sorry, Lee, you stopped talking when I was mid-swigging my drink.
Oh,
that's all right. Short Marcus is just making his way around the final corner now. Goes fourth fastest with a 128.4. What are we thinking on cut-off here, Lee? I'm maybe thinking of 28.4, actually. Maybe. 28.4, 28.5.
something like that, maybe, yeah.
I think it's probably
I'll go for a 5. 28.5, right.
And what is Chuckle going to do? Royal Rumble went back into the pits after invalidating his lap before he even started it. Chuckle taking the curbs rather nicely there, being very greedy, but didn't really unsettle the car very much. He has got a Aston Martin, I think, ahead of him.
Yeah, it looks like Aston Martin's giving him a great tow here. I think, is that Chuck? It was Chuck. So a little bit of brotherly love there, even though they're in different teams.
I've been fighting for championships week in, week out for the last year or so. Chuckle goes third fastest with 128.1.
Yeah. Nice time from him with the aid of the tow. Let's see, Winnie Man only improves up to 12th. Let's see. Goyag's Gamer jumping into the pits now.
So actually, this leads to a good moment to talk about a couple of things. We had brought this up before last time we were in Miami, of course. This is the car park of the Miami Dolphins Stadium, the NFL team that's won the Super Bowl twice. It was 70... when was it, Lee? 73, 74 seasons they won the Super Bowl back-to-back. On the topic of NFL and other sports, actually, Alpine obviously having a lot of investors join the team, including Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, who won the Super Bowl last year. Or this year, sorry, not last year. It was earlier this year, and of course Rory McIlroy, one of the greatest golfers of all time, and others like Juan Mata, the ex-Chelsea and Man United player. We were talking about this before, weren't we, Lee? We called it kind of like the Wrexham effect, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like they've seen how much the success has been with Rob, whatever his name is, because I end up
McElhenney.
McElhenney, and Ryan Reynolds. So, I mean, there's been such a great success with them managing to get back up into the Division 2, I think it's called.
Yeah, well, the Football League, we just call it, don't we? The professional leagues in English football. But
yeah.
Yeah.
I know that yours are a wee bit different from the Scottish ones.
Yeah, there's 4 professional tiers, and the 5th tier is pretty much professional now as well. Yeah, I'm just a little gutted it's not more like a team like Williams. However,
Yeah, that would have been so awesome. Like, because they do deserve to have a good team, especially after like the past few years. Especially, it's just been horrendous for them. I mean, it was kind of the same with McLaren until just like recently, the past like couple of years. Remember McLaren having that absolute downfall with like the Honda engine period.
Yeah. Williams needs another works manufacturer, I think. I think that's what they need.
Yeah, possibly.
Or just for them, and maybe Mercedes certainly have Mercedes engines. I just don't see them. I think they either get closer to Mercedes or they try and get a big backer. Is what they need to do, like a big engine supplier. But obviously, it's a shame that Porsche didn't go with them, to be honest, as well.
Yeah, that would have been quite interesting.
Because the other cool thing for those car companies as well, of course, they can technically, like, I remember Mercedes and McLaren did it with I think it was called the SLR. Like, you could have like a Williams Porsche, couldn't you? Road car, it's Royal Rumble. Yeah, you couldn't even get it under control there. Wow,
it's like he was on full wets there.
It really was.
No,
But yeah,
I reckon he would have gotten quite a good time there, possibly even a 28.4 there. He didn't mess that up so much. But yeah. Sorry, I just forgot what we were talking about there.
Williams and those investors as well going to LP.
Yeah. I mean, just it would be good, you know, to see them, but
Invest in Andretti, get an 11th team in.
you know what? I kind of missed that time about like 2006, 2007, 2008, roughly, where there was like 26, like 24, 26 cars on the grid, and it was
I
just
don't think there was. I
mad.
don't think there's been 26 cars for a long, long time. I don't think there's been 26 cars for at least 20
Was there
years.
not 26?
No.
Was there not 26 on the grid
There
back
was
then?
24. There was 24 in like 2010, 11, 12, but there's never been 26. I don't even think there's been a 26 in the 2000s, to be honest.
It would be good though, to be honest. But it's just, it annoys me that some of the teams are like, no, because that means they're getting less of the pie, pretty much. And I'm like, that's good for the sport, you know?
Or just up the prize fund to subsidise it.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to be paying their way in anyway. Because every team's got to have a wee buy-in, don't they?
Yeah, it was 200 million at the moment, but they're saying that's not enough now because that was made in like 2019. But you shouldn't have locked it in for so many years, I suppose.
True. Is retiring the pits?
So what, 28 flat, and we're at a 28.5 now, Lee, for the cut-off.
Yep, and well, Taylor Donny's on a lap right now. He's just coming around turn 7 and 8 into sector 1, and he smashes it into the wall.
Who was that, sorry? Taylor
Donny. Coming out of turn 8, he just got a bit too eager on the throttle.
Has he lost his front wing? I'm assuming he has.
Yep, that thing is like a spearhead. We've got Koyaks coming.
He's got a little bit of wing there. Yeah, but if you said Koyaks is coming up on him first, he does get out of the way. He moves over to the right hand side to take turn 11.
Should still get enough downforce on that Williams. It's got the wee bitties, that's enough. Let's see, so we've got Short Marcus is also on a lap now. He's just around turn 12, but right now we'll shift the focus to Koyak's Gamer, who's just exited turn 17 from under the freeway, and now he's heading up to the penultimate corner. He's
16.
wanting to get out.
This is 17.
This is... How's this 17? Oh, Jesus!
Yeah.
Danny!
Danny's out already. Koyaks goes fourth fastest. It drops.
So Danny is right on the cusp. Lee is 3 thousandths behind him.
Basically, Lee just needs to improve.
Yep, just a small margin. I mean, Winnie Man, I don't expect he's going to be doing a good enough time to be able to beat a 128.5, since he didn't manage to get a good run coming out the final corner. Well, the final braking zone, sorry.
So, is Danny going to be out in Q2?
Ooh,
Matthew goes to the top with a 127.4. Short Marcus, I think that was... Oh, sorry, it was Chuckle who settled that there, 127.7. Prodigy, I think, did cut it fine a little bit there, Lee, as RTG goes slowly there. I'm not too sure why that was. Looney now making his way down towards the final braking zone. Let me just double check. Was I... Yep, it's turn 17. Then it's turn 18, right. This left-hander, and then the right-hander's turn 19. Looney Man goes 13th.
Yep. So, cut off 128.5. Nice.
Nice.
So, Super Strike just crossed the line. Chuckle and Matthew as well. So we'll be just chilling for a minute then.
Yeah, we've still got a few drivers who haven't took the checkered flag yet, have we? Like Chuckle as well.
Well, Chuckle's already done a lot. Matthew invalidated his.
And he goes into the pits.
Yep, and same with Chuckle as well. So we'll say it's already been quite an eventful evening here with, some people having spins and such.
Yeah, had a couple of drivers out. Did Danny crash out?
No, I think he retired because he would be sitting in 14th right now.
Oh, yes. Yeah, true.
So, having a rundown for the second time here in qualifying, Matthew taking that fastest lap here, a 1:27.409. Right behind him was Paul Jones Jr., then it was Chuckle, then Super Striker, Short Marcus, Pippo Kennedy, Prodigy, Coyotes Gamer, Chuck, and Danny, who just made it in by 0.003 of a second. Incredibly close between him and Lee, who Lee will be starting in 11th come the race. Taylor Danny 12th, 13th, Looney Man and Royal Rumble 14th. And then just below that is Prof, who will be starting in 15th, who should have made it through, but unfortunately wasn't going to be able to compete. So, on to the third and final qualifying, where the top 10 will battle it out in a shootout for pole position.
So 12 minutes this session will be. And Danny... Oh, Lee, Danny was out.
What? Right, but how have we got 10 then?
That is strange, but obviously his time was still quick enough to be into Q3.
But if that's the case, we would have 9.
Yeah, I know. But he is out on my screen.
That's the weirdest... Oh yeah, I see him at the top now. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
It's strange. I actually prefer it like that, though, actually having the 10.
Same. Seen everybody storming the track now. Who was the first storming Norman? I seen it was an Aston Martin of Matthew. Getting right out there as quick as he can. So he'll be most likely the one to set first time on the board.
This is a big old queue. This is. I can't even work out how many cars. It almost feels like I'm back in like 2019 at Monza. There's so many cars together.
Oh, that was such a ludicrous qualifying. What was it? Only 2 got through at the end.
Yeah, can't remember who. I think Daniel Ricciardo might have been one of them.
I think it was Leclerc and a McLaren. I think. I could be wrong about that. But Matthew, though, is just coming around to start his lap now.
And as you can see on your right hand side of your screen with the full track map, that they were all slowing down at the middle of that back straight and now all started to create a bit of a gap from one another. and got on their way for their first laps in qualifying. But we don't usually see that really, Lee, in league racing.
Nada. Sometimes. Oh, wait there. Got two cars that are quite close together. Paul Jones and Chuck. Well, compared to the rest of them anyway. But back on to Matthew. So he's just coming down into turn 11. Doesn't use any of the curb on the apex, keeps it nice and tight. Turn 12, getting a little bit slippery in the rear. Nicely done under the freeway there. And so close to that wall there on the right hand side on the exit of 16 there. Now, where is my HUD? It ain't up. And there we go, hard braking into turn 17 here. There we go, nicely done. Gets a wee bit of skittery in the rear there. Losing that traction a little. Let's see what time he's going to be able to put on the board of 127.822. Up next, we've got the Haas of Super Striker. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Is he going to be able to rival at a 127.823? Chuckle. See, nope, so short Marcus, 27.583. Chuckle come across the line at 27.683. Purple Kennedy, 127.684. Prodigy to the line. Who's he going to be able to put on 127.492? Who's up next? It's going to be Paul Jones. Then closely followed is Chuck behind 127.373. Nice.
Very
Chuck
good
just
lap
losing
there.
a bit, eh?
Very good lap from Paul Jones again. Been very impressive. Here comes Coyce Gamer, the Flying Dutchman. What's he going to do? Goes 9th fastest for now. And the last of the drivers who can set a lap is done. He is now back in his proper place in 10th place for the race.
Yeah, but I would say it's actually a lot better having it this way, where he's where they've got the car that's crashed out in Q2 sitting in 10th as they made it through, rather than just showing the 9 drivers, or in Q1/Q2's sort of one with Prof. Unfortunately, not making it through. But now we're going to see everyone return to the pits.
Oh, hold on. We've had a comment from Danny.
Danny saying, got into Q3, retired in the pits to save tyres. Oh, right. That's fair.
Are you going to use one set, though? I ain't beating these guys in Q3. Weren't tempted just to do a lap, though, at the end? Or did you only have one fresh set left?
I do understand what he's meaning. These guys are really quick, to be honest. But hey ho, you would never know. I mean, perfect example would have been Mondays, but unfortunately it didn't get streamed, thankfully enough, because that was a terrible race for me.
I only have one fresh set left.
Ah, right.
I mean, it's always worth it on a U set, though. It is always worth it, just at the end, give it a go. You never know, you might surprise yourself.
If you bin it, you bin it. What's the worst that could happen?
I suppose. Yeah, you really could just do an all or nothing lap, and like even if you invalidate, like at least you gave it a go.
Yeah, just proper, basically time trial lap, really. But now everyone's returned back into the pits now. And they'll just be most likely waiting it out a few minutes. Oh, I say that. And is that Paul Jones coming out? No.
Pippa Kennedy.
Pippa Kennedy in the Williams. So he's came out quite early compared to what you usually expect, but it would be good for him to be able to get some clean air.
Yeah, it's especially strange seeing as he and others all came out sort of at the same time. I think about 7 or 8 of them were in a queue together. So Super Striker also out on the circuit trying to get out early. Maybe this is why they're coming out a bit earlier. to not get involved in the big queue. Matthew also out on the track, Lee, as well. So you got yourself on mute, mate.
Sorry, I didn't even realise there for a few moments. But yeah, so we're seeing almost half of them, or just over half, that are in now. Out on the out laps now. So who's at the start is Pippo Kennedy. He's just coming up to turn 17 in just a few seconds.
He now makes his way around the final corner onto the start finish straight, and one of those DRS straights of 3 here. He goes, he's in 5th place right now. Let's see if he can improve. The track is starting to get busier now. Lee Chuckle making his way down the pit lane now, and there's only 3 left in the garage.
Now, talking about Chuckle here, he is just in 4th place, just ahead of Pippo Kennedy by 1/1000th of a second.
Yeah.
So, quite close between the Williams and Mercedes there.
It's pretty likely we're going to see every driver get into the 127s here. That's
Yep.
going to be more than likely.
Well, we're only waiting on Koyak's Gamer to manage to get that time in. We'll see how it's going to be fair in just a couple of moments when he starts his lap.
Chuck has spun around at turn 2. I believe he was just starting a lap, and he does have fuel to go again. He's got time to go again, so if there was any way you were going to spin, that was kind of the place to do it. I'm not sure if he's lost any of his front wing though. It doesn't look like it.
Pippo Kennedy improved on his lap there. He's moved up into 4th place, just ahead of Chuck now. Chuckle, sorry. Matthews just coming around at turn 17 to finish his lap. And then it's just straight to the line now, no braking. Around turn 18 and 19. 27.665.
Same time as Pippo Kennedy.
Oh, snap.
But of course, properly, as it wasn't in previous games, because Pippo Kennedy set it first, he gets to be higher up on the standings, which is correct. Last year, it was the other way around for some reason.
Yep, it was a weird one. But I do remember, what was it? Villeneuve, Schumacher and Frentzen.
Yeah,
they all ended up having the exact same time for pole position. I was like, what are the chances, really?
Chuck actually decides to come in the pits. He doesn't decide to have another crack at it. Short Marcus making his way around the final corner as Paul Jones starts his final attempt on provisional pole at the moment. Hopefully, for his sake, he'll be able to go quicker and keep that provisional pole as Short Marcus starts his first lap. Prodigy just taking off the entirety of his front wing there.
Oh, not good.
Weaving on the back straight.
Koyak's Gamer coming to the line though. Is he going to be able to get into the 127s? He does. He puts it into 7th place, improving by over 3/10, nearly 4/10 there. And getting it into 7th place, nicely done. Chuckle to the line, puts it into P2 with a 127.430.
And the checkered flag is now out. And who will be up next? Matthews dived into the pits.
It's going to be... Short Marcus is back now, so it's only Paul Jones who's on a lap right now. and he's already sitting pretty on pole. So
And he's
yeah.
going faster right now as he makes his way into the final braking zone on lap, turn 17. And through 18. Let's see if he can beat his provisional pole time. No, he was just down by 0.02 of a second. Very consistent though, which Paul Jones has been this season.
Definitely, he's found that perfect middle ground between fast and consistent.
The other thing that happened last night, Lee, is just thinking about it, is Paul Jones gets that extra point to extend his lead in the championship right now. Last night, Josh McGill took pole position for the sprint. He won the sprint. He won the race, and he got fastest lap.
Oh, jeez. So getting the full whammy there then.
Yeah, dominant performance from Josh McGill that time. He's not here this evening.
Yeah, but we're just waiting for Kayaks and Chuckle to get wheeled into their respective garages. So, for the third and final time in qualifying, the rundown of the top 10 now here. Paul Jones Jr. gets that extra point and the pole position here. Come the race in a few short moments. Sitting next to him on the front row in second place will be Chuckle. Then Prodigy and Short Marcus, Pippo Kennedy and Matthew, Coy's Gamer Chuck, Super Striker, and then Danny, who unfortunately didn't settle up due to lack of tyres. So, moving on to the main event. In just a few short moments, we're going to have 29 laps of racing. That's a 154.16 kilometres.
So Paul Jones on pole for the first time this season. I believe he did. He had fastest lap in the first round, but he's not had the hat trick so far, Lee. It's bright sunny sky, just a touch of cloud over the circuit, but different conditions in qualifying than we had last time, and it was raining as well. I think in the race as well in Miami last time.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember he saying that there were inters in qualifying anyway.
Strategies, Lee. Strategies. What are we seeing here? 17 drivers on the mediums and one driver on the hards, and that's Super Striker right now.
Oh, no, we've seen Pretender switching to the soft sub, and same with Lee on the hards. But we'll see how this is all going to fare in just a few moments. As well, the softs could go up to 14 laps, mediums up to 19, and hards up to 22. So, with 29 laps here, we could possibly even see a soft hard here, or even a soft medium if people are a little bit more wary with their tyres here. But we're seeing quite a few folks jumping onto the hard compound here, so
Yeah,
could
it's
possibly
definitely a
be
mix.
It's
definitely a mix.
We're going to see a good change up in the different strategies that we're going to be seeing here. Well, unless safety cars end up getting involved, which, judging by qualifying,
So the two drivers this evening are not going to have to worry about double stacking.
Oops.
We'll tell you about in a minute. 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And we're away for the Thursday Tiers Miami Grand Prix. Paul Jones getting a pretty decent start there as he stays in the lead. Chuckle and Prodigy fighting into turn 1. Prodigy going around the outside in that Red Bull. Has the inside line for turn 2. The inside line for 3. And he moves up into second place. Chuckle has to settle for third right now. RTG Lee is already out of the race. That could potentially be a safety car. Straight out of the box. Drivers are going slowly.
I didn't manage to get a look at what happened there. It was.
What have we got here, Lee? Is it a VSC?
Yep.
Yes, it is a VSC. We haven't got it on our screen, though. I don't know if you have, Lee. Ah, there we go.
Yep, there we go. It's come up now. So that's a bit unfortunate for Lee.
And
what was that? 3 corners, unfortunately.
Yeah, pretty much. We see Chuckle now jostling with short markers who has to go around the outside at turn 11, inside for turn 12, but isn't alongside. Has to fall back into position as we wait to go through this tight, twisty, narrow part of the Miami International Autodrome as we now get back on full throttle and down the back straight. No DRS, of course, just yet. We're going to have to wait at least one more lap before we see that.
Now, having we look further back, it looks like Pretender could be going for a move into turn 17. Now he's alongside Bugatti Sloven on the inside there. Oh, and he just doesn't manage to get the move done. Bugatti Sloven just having that bit better traction there on the outside. Prof and Taylor Danny swapping places. Looney Man
into the pits.
Oh, into the pits.
Is it a front wing change? I believe it is. He must have made contact with RTG Lee in some way. But Lee going to be awfully disappointed about that, being, as you say, out within 3 corners of the race. Prodigy had a strong race last night in Bahrain, up until the final lap where he had a half spin at turn 8 where he was trying to fight for the win with Josh McGill. The Pretender is now out, and that is a safety car.
Oh no, let's see, whereabouts was that? And just having a look. Oh, it was at turn 8. Just as he was coming on to the straight there at the end of sector 1. Must have just got a little bit too much on the throttle, so unfortunately we've already had the 2 retirements and a safety car. And this track does like to be brutal. So we're going to see anybody jump into the pits for a tyre change. Have a wee quick look, we'll get it up. It's only going to be this.
I feel like it's a little too early for that.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, depending on how things are going, we could see some people possibly take the risk. See Prof, Royal Rumble, Chuck, Coyotes Gamer and Prodigy all in the mediums. Oh, Koyak's doing the wee fake there. But yep, did actually go into the pits.
Yeah. Koyaks and Danny have both entered the pit lane.
So one on the mediums and one on the hards. We'll see what tyres are going to be jumping onto.
Mediums, so he's committing to a 2-stop. Koyaks Gamer.
Same with Danny there. He's going to have to do that with obviously having moving on to the mediums now. We want to make an improvement and try and get up as far as he can. Looney Man will be happy about this because that gives him a chance to catch up now.
Not enough to make up a place, though, unfortunately for him. So, sit rep. We're 3 laps in. And a VSC and a safety car. It is what can happen on a... Well, we can really call this a street circuit because that's really what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it technically is, yeah. I mean, with you basically using a car park for a load of the Grand Prix as well. So, yeah, I reckon it is going to be. Sorry, I just had a brain fart there.
That's all right. Give me 2.
Okay. So, having a wee quick rundown. We'll have a wee quick rundown of how many places people have gained. Prodigy up 2 places. Paul Jones is down 1. Short Marcus up 1, and Chuckle is down 2 from starting in 2nd place. Pipple Kennedy and Matthew staying the same. Chuck up 1, Super Striker up 1, Royal Rumble up 5, so making a big improvement from qualifying in 14th. Taylor Danny up 2 places, Prof up 4, Bugatti Sloven and Matty Jones both up 5 places from starting 18th and 17th. And Koyaks, Danny and Looneyman all down 7, 5 and 3 places. And unfortunately for the Pretender and Lee out, unfortunately. So, that's you back now?
So, that is me back.
So, Jay, one thing that could be a Pretender, is it? He just says, shit, he was too early on the throttle. I'm just quoting.
You're just a messenger, are you, Lee?
Yep, don't shoot the messenger here.
And there we go, safety car in this lap. That was quite late.
So it's going to be Prodigy who's in the Red Bull, who's going to be leading us away. And Jay Whitlam saying, yeah, it's me, the Pretender. Well, it appeared you might have been pretending to be a race driver there. Sorry, jokes. But Prodigy getting ready to get us underway again. And he's gone. He is gone for the start this. And it looks like he's managed to get a great jump on Paul just right behind him. He's managed to get a second gap already. So he's basically already out on that DRS range already. Over wheel quick further back.
Coits Gamer.
Right on the tail. Matthew's alright. It's on the inside of turn 3 there on Pipple Kennedy, and they're going to be going side by side in turn 4, and Matthew manages to get that place. Nicely done from Matthew. Great racing.
And Coits Gamer just getting past RTG Matty Jones as well, who are not used to being this far back in the field and did pit under the safety car and now trying to make up some places. We said they've Coits Gamer is committed to a 2-stop now, so more than likely going to go longer on to the mediums.
Chuck going for a move on Pipple Kennedy, using as much of that battery as he can, and now he's trying to use his teammate just ahead to kind of block Pipple Kennedy from being able to get alongside, and he does. He manages to get that move done. Nice little bit of teamwork there from the Aston Martin boys there, and they're both up a place each since the safety car. Pipple Kennedy dropping 2, unfortunately not having a good restart here. Oh, Paul Jones and Sean Marcus here swapping places. Sean Marcus managing to get the jump, but I thought Paul Jones was going to have a wee look down the inside there of turn 17.
Short Marcus tonight is reserving for the Alpine team, so obviously where he is right now, he would be slotted out of. So technically Paul Jones is still in second right now, regardless, but doesn't mean he's going to not fight for that position, especially earlier on in the race. Short Marcus getting a bit of a twitch there out of turn 3. Seems like that's still quite an easy thing to do there, Lee, like it was in 22.
Yeah, turn 3 is Still a bit of a female dog, I would say. It is quite annoying.
Is Super Striker going to make up a place here as we go down towards turn 11? Bugatti already made up a place as they go through turn 10.
Yep, and it looks like Pickle Kennedy's still not able to get anywhere to an open door to any of the Aston Martins here of Chuck or Matthew. And while this is all still going on, you've got the Haas of Super Striker just sitting closely behind. Oh, sorry, Chuckle. Chuckle, is he going to go for a move? No, he's holding back. He actually lifted off the throttle there. So he's deciding to be a little bit smart here.
As we now have DRS enabled for the first time in this race on lap 7 as we go down towards turn 1 on board with the Williams of Pippo Kennedy.
And one thing I will say is Prodigy, what a gap he's managed to pull from the first lap. It was at 1.5 seconds, and he's managed to keep it quite consistent and get up to 2 seconds now in the lead. Of course, that did help with Short Marcus and Paul Jones battling a little. But yes, Super Striker, is he going to be able to make a move? Don't think he is just yet. With Pippo Kennedy still having that DRS on Chuck ahead.
But it's Coit's Gamer though going to go for it. Looks like he is up the inside of Prof at turn 11 and gets past up into 12th, and now got Bugatti in 11th place ahead of him that he needs to attempt to get past quickly after pissing under that safety car, and as we said, committing to the 2-stop, so needs to get on with it now as he struggles through the exit of turn 16.
So, tyre strategies, what we're thinking, is anybody going, when do we think that someone's going to be pitting next? I'd say we could be...
It could be a little...
hard tyres.
A little while, I think, because we had the VSC for sort of 2/3 of a lap, and then we've had a safety car for 2 laps, so really sort of 3 laps or so. We haven't had any racing actually, so we've only done about 5 laps of racing so far.
Koyaks could be looking for a move quite soon. Oh, well, we're talking about that. Taylor Danny moving up a place on Royal Rumble, but Koyaks could be looking for a move on Bugatti Sloven just ahead. He's trying to get a better line here. Oh, and Pippo Kennedy's managed to make it up on Chuck.
He certainly has. Chuck, though, trying to fight back, but doesn't have the aid of the DRS to help him, which Pippo did have, so he was able just to extend the gap rather than Chuck closing it. Short Marcus now getting within half a second of the race leader. Must have made a mistake there in the last lap or so.
Yeah, I think he did, as the gap between Short Marcus and Paul Jones is still relatively the same. But now Prodigy is going to be vulnerable. Short Marcus has got the DRS open, and is he going to be able to get past four?
And then just...
Nope, they're going to be side by side. Turn 17.
Oh, and just behind them as well, Matthew moving up on Chuckle. Chuckle moving up on Pippo Kennedy.
Oh.
All happening at turn 17 on lap 9 as we go in to turn 1. Chuckle.
Matthew Gamer getting overtaken by Royal Rumble there on the start-finish straight. So Curtis Gamer managing to use them tyres to his advantage there. A couple of laps younger, the mediums. So now he's got 3 hard boys just up ahead of him.
And Pippo Kennedy going side by side here through turn 8. And they almost made contact there. That was very, very cheeky indeed from the Jamaican. Is the Brit, though, is he going to come back in him now? Has the DRS open? Goes past. A bit of a touch of the wheels as they go through, leaves him enough space. Does Chuckle and Pippo trying to use that space to his advantage, trying to go around the outside at turn 12, isn't able to do so, has to hold back.
Right now, Danny just making it past Royal Rumble, but Royal Rumble actually lost 3 places just there on the run up to turn 11. He lost from P11, and now he's down into P15, sorry. So he lost quite a bit there. Pippo Kennedy managing to get past Chuckle there, up into 5th place. So these two are really battling out here, and Chuckle getting a little bit shaky there on the rear.
And Matty Jones there getting past Prof, it looks like it turned 17.
Yep, and it could give
and
Danny a
as
chance
well.
Here. He's going to have the outside line for turn 1, but he's absolutely smashed that, but he's not able to break his leg.
And he gets past.
Yep, hit the inside line for turn 2, so fortunately enough for Danny, moves up a place into P13.
So close this field still, Lee. So close.
Yep.
Not the whole field. Let's see what it's 13 seconds to the driver in 16th, Looney Man, which isn't very much at all, really.
No, but I think that averaged out about 8/10 between each driver.
And Looney Man now trying to gain a place. Make Royal Rumble be in last place as they make slight contact there, but they get away unscathed. But Royal Rumble does lose the place, unfortunately, for the AlphaTauri driver. As we go towards the front is Matthew eyeing up a move here on Paul Jones, who's sitting in 3rd place, 2nd. If you take out Short Marcus, who's leading at the moment.
Sorry, right now, Bugatti's Sloven. Is he going to go for a move on the outside to Taylor Danny?
Was it the switchback, though, from the Slovakian as we go through turn 18 and 19. DRS open for the AlphaTauri driver. Moves to the inside. And now Koyek's trying to go around the long way. Goes round one, goes round the other. There's 2 cars in one corner.
That was absolutely smashing. Around the outside as well. Nicely done there. Moving up from 11th place into 9th place. This Haas is unstoppable right now. And now up next is going to be his teammate.
The other one that's interestingly is Prodigy starting to claw back some time on the leader as he's got the DRS open, looks to the inside, clatters the wall as he moves to the left hand side, but still goes up the inside. And now pirouette, almost into the wall. He saves it. Yeah, I'm not sure if there was contact or not, but it's a thing we see far too often from the South African driver.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think there was a little bit of contact there from Short Marcus. Maybe, I'm unsure, but it looked like the car, because I was on board the project, it looked like it rotated a bit too easily. But having a real look down, it looks like the gaps have kind of opened up a little. Except from the top 3 anyway.
Top 4 really. Prodigy was able to save it and stay within this DRS train.
Yeah, fortunate enough for him. Pippo Kennedy, so he's still got Chuckle right on his rear, but Chuckle gets a bit light on the brakes going into turn 1.
Royal Rumble there gets past. Looney Man as well.
Sorry, I think Super Striker should be one to watch right now, as Chuck's tyres will be starting to fall off a bit, and this will be where the hard tyres are starting to come into play a little bit more. And he's trying to get out as wide as he can on the entry into turn 8 to get as much traction as he can. Going down into turn 11, they're both flashing like hell there. And now going into turn 11, Super Striker's going to have the inside line on Aston Martin. Chuck, he basically gets it done before the braking zone. Moves up.
Paul Jones and Matthew look like they were going side by side there through turns 12 and 13. It's all starting to warm up to boiling point at the front, Lee. As I said, Short Marcus leading, but a reserve. So really, second place is fighting for first right now, and they probably know it as well.
Yep, and that looks like Prodigy has managed to claw his way back closer now. Paul Jones getting a bit late on the brakes there. He's ended up having a lock up there. And it looks like Prodigy could be going for a move, and he gets squeezed over by the Alfa Romeo. Chuck into the pits now. He's looking to get off them medium compound tyres now, probably going to the hards, I would imagine.
Prodigy still on the medium compound tyres as well as Queeks Gamer, who pitted under that safety car. He's only up in 8th place right now and trying to catch up to his teammate.
Royal Rumble and Looney Man. And they're going to be side by side, still going into turn 2. And Looney Man managed to fend off that attacking Alpha Tauri there for 13th place. Nicely done there. Matty Jones looking quite close to the back of the other McLaren, Danny.
And Chuckle getting past Pippo Kennedy there into turn 11. Hard tyres versus hard tyres. Mercedes versus Williams, and the Mercedes has come out on top for the time being is Matty Jones and Danny switch places at the same corner, turn 11, as Danny tries to switch back, and it's so difficult to try and go around the outside at turn 12. Such a tight and slow corner to have the momentum to go around the outside is...
Yes,
you've got to have tyre. Yeah, well, you've got to have tyre advantage, don't you? 100%.
Oh, definitely. But Bugatti Sloven making up a place on Taylor Danny there, absolutely flying past there with the aid of that DRS.
And now, Matty Jones trying to break the toe from Danny behind him as we go into turn 17. Bit of a lock-up there from Royal Rumble and Prof. And now Paul Jones is under threat. He's outside of the DRS window with Matthew ahead.
Matty Jones and Danny are side by side going around turn 2 and turn 3, and now Matty Jones has managed to make up that place to 11th, but it looks like Danny's not going to take it lightly, and he has to back off now.
Is Prodigy going to get past here into turn 11? He's got the DRS. Has Paul Jones got the DRS as well? He does. He was able to get back within that window, and these 4 drivers at the front are getting closer and closer again as Pippo Kennedy and Chuckle squabble for that 5th place at the same corner they did last lap. And look at Chuckle there just pushing the Williams through that corner. And did I just see rain, Lee? I did indeed.
No way. It is. It's raining. Spicy.
Not for the first time in season 13 have we seen rain at this circuit.
And now Chuckle manages to get past Pippo Kennedy again.
Are people going to pit instantly, or are they going to stay out a bit longer?
Oh, it's one of them, is it? I mean, some of these people that are on the hard tyres will have the advantage, such as like Short Marcus Matthew and Paul Jones. They will have a bit more of the advantage in terms of like free time really to go in.
So we're literally at half distance now. They're all just over it. And we have rainfall, so we might have literally a 50-50 split in weather conditions this evening.
Oh, looks like Prodigy's front end slipped out a little there. He had the counter steer going around turn 7. But I think Paul Jones could be looking for a move going into turn 11. Oh, Matthew manages to close that door on the outside.
Taylor Danny, however, though, getting the job done on the back straight before they hit the brakes. But Bugatti getting on the brakes that little bit later, trying to challenge around the outside, but couldn't get alongside. And the risk now just doubles, quadruples. It's becoming a much bigger risk to make overtakes now.
Prof is on the hards. On the hards on the inter, sorry. He's 42 seconds behind the leader, but if things go his way, he could actually be making up quite a few places here.
Oh, looks like the Alpines come in. Short Marcus, the race leader, and got himself a 5-second time penalty. Something else the driver's going to have to watch out for, because they're going to have to brake earlier than they expected to, with these damp conditions. The track certainly starting to get more tricky, more slippery, and we'll see now where there's just going to be a bit of a mix-up now, but I think the rain's just starting to get heavy enough, Lee, that this is the perfect time for inters. And there comes an intermediate driver straight out the pit. Short Marcus. He almost got collected there by Matty Jones, who's out. That could be a safety car. That's going to change everything.
Oh. Now, Matthew and Prodigy in the top lot, who still haven't picked the top 7. This is perfect for them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's not much Koyx because he's got his teammate just ahead of him. And so they might need to double stack here. Either that, or it would be suggested that Koyx just slows right up in order to...
which is what he's doing, I think.
Gap. Yep, it would be the most
I'm not sure if it's in the RTG rules. I know in real life you're not allowed to do this. This is because it's technically unsporting, isn't it? Is what it is. Really, the fundamentals, slowing up so you don't get held up, but you're holding everyone else up behind.
I mean, it's not really. I mean, there's still plenty of a gap to Taylor Danny and the Williams behind. But looking right now, it's a Williams sandwich with a Haas in between.
And all that work that Coix just did to gain, to back himself up, he's now actually lost it.
Looking at the where everybody's sitting, teammate-wise, everyone is relatively close to their teammate. Looking like Royal Rumble and Bugatti Sloven, and then Chuck and Prof, the McLarens, the Williams and the Haas. The only ones who it isn't, I think, is, well, the Red Bulls and Alfa Romeos and Aston Martins. But now we're seeing everybody jumping onto the green-walled Pirellis.
Short Marcus King ended up in 4th after everyone had pit, but the top 3 had got ahead of him, Lee.
Yeah, I would imagine that with it's about a 5-second less loss if you jump into the pits under a safety car. It's like 5, 6 or 7, somewhere about there.
Corner cutting penalty there for Looney Man.
Tut tut tut. Yeah, so that's a bit unfortunate for him. But yeah, so Short Marcus getting the first penalty of the day, the 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Looney Man getting the first for track infringement under a safety car, funnily enough. Which, to be honest, I think they should be a lot lighter on, to be honest.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, why are you going outside of track limits? It's such slow speed.
What I'm meaning is, like, if you're, like, say, a small margin over the line and you're like, really?
But then the line's the line, I suppose.
Yeah, true. I just think it's a bit silly.
It's like a football pitch is determined by the line, isn't it? It isn't like, well, it was only just over.
Yeah, but they didn't give you throw-ins if the ball's already out of play, did they? But how long is this safety car going to last? Chuck?
What about him?
He's on the mediums.
Does he know something we don't? He's staying out.
Oh, is this just going to be like one of them quick lines? This takes me back a couple of years ago to when...
China, you're going to tell me, aren't you? China. Hard tyres.
Yeah.
I've heard this story, ladies and gents, about 16,000 times.
Oh, Bolt eat sausage. No, because it was just like that then. It was it was only like raining for like 2 laps, really, 3 laps at most. But Royal Rumbles just came out in a fresh set of inters, so that's interesting.
So, what is going to happen in terms of the conditions? It's a strange one that Chuck's already on the mediums. I mean, unless it stops raining like now and it dries up within about a lap or two at most, he's going to be laughing. But otherwise, he's going to end up with egg on his face.
Yep, he's either pulled a blinder or absolutely messed it up. It's one or the other.
Ah.
Oh no! Chuck, I was kind of rooting for you there. But now, unfortunately, that's 2 people that have got a 3-second time penalty under a safety car, funnily enough. So, getting ready to get back underway again. Would you like to take us away again? Alright, so Prodigy, he's going to be the one taking us away on this race restart here. And he manages to pull away quite a bit there, and we've got Clay's Gamer and Chuckle already swapping places. Chuckle not getting the best of starts, and he's lost 2 places now.
Hello?
Oh, what's happened?
Oh, my mic wasn't working properly for a while.
Oh, because you've paused the broadcast. There we go, we're back.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Had me speaking to myself there for a minute, but Matthew looks like he could be making a move. He's right up the tail of Prodigy, and he decides to bail out of it. Back in second.
No worries. Yeah, it's absolutely lashing it down now. So Chuck has made a big error here. Not sure why he thought it was going to stop so quickly. Got a yellow flag, Prof, in the wall. And that looks like it turned 18 just before the pit lane entry, or at the pit lane entry, actually. And we got another safety car. That saved Chuck.
No, that is a bit unfortunate. Why is... Oh. That was a bit of a slow stop for Prof there. Or was he getting a front wing change? Well, safety car again. Are you there?
I am here.
Yeah. I was just thinking to myself, it was just too quiet there. I was like, huh? But yeah.
So
another safety car.
yeah, so we should get back racing on, I think, lap 23. We'll have what, about 5 laps to go, 6 laps to go?
Something like
Seven,
that.
seven laps. 7 laps. 7 laps
Yeah,
of racing
so-
after that. Is Short Marcus going to pit now to get rid of his 5-second time penalty?
It's one of them, do you or do you not, because he's going to drop right down to near what, 13th?
Yeah, I believe so. He is dived into the pits. Thanks very much. Yeah, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, he's, with him being a reserve as well, he probably is not going to bother about losing the places. But yep, coming out in 13th, as Prof is just coming down the straight into 17 now. Same with Chuck, is just a couple of seconds behind that.
So just whilst we wait for the end of this safety car, I believe this is the 3rd safety car we've had today. I think it is.
Second?
Is it second?
Second, yeah, because with the VSC.
No, it's the 3rd. We
Is that
just had one before this, and we had one at the start, didn't we? On like lap 3.
Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah, so whilst we wait, thank you for the few that have seemed like they've watched the entirety of the race. It's been much appreciated. If you've enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, it would also be much appreciated. Whilst we wait for the safety car to come to an end, we'll have another lap after this one, as we always do, a standard 2 laps under the safety car, unless we're right at the very end of the race. It can come in after 1 lap, but I don't think that'll be the case today.
Nah, it's going to run out, so we'll be getting underway racing at the end of 22, I think. We're still waiting on Prof and Chuck making their way to the back of the grid again. Oh, Purple Kennedy. Let's see what he is away to go on. Soft to the wing? Right, this is just madness here tonight, to be honest. We've seen Chuck on the mediums, and now we're seeing Purple Kennedy on the softs. When it's close to wet weather.
They almost believe that it's going to stop raining, and if it is going to stop raining, it's more likely to stop before the end now, as we've had more time in the race than we would do without safety cars, of course.
A part of me is hoping that Purple Kennedy's actually pulled off a blinder here.
I know what you mean. It does seem like the rain's getting lighter, but the only thing is, Lee, the track is completely covered with clouds. So if it was more realistic, to be fair, that means it shouldn't dry up very quickly. The water should stay on the circuit and keep it wet, to be fair.
Yeah, I would imagine it would take a little bit longer to dry up, unfortunately, with there not being higher temperatures. But we're seeing the safety car in this lap just as we predicted it would. End of lap 22, start of 23. So, for the 3rd time now, Prodigy is going to be getting this back underway again.
And what is he? Yeah, he's, as I said, I was just this because he knows when he's going to go, which I imagine looks like about now, just gently getting on the power. He didn't get the exit he would have wanted. Really doesn't get the exit he wanted. Matthew's going to have to wait to get the move done, so that means he'd have had to have backed out. Super Striker, however, getting an excellent start. Moved up 1 place, moved up 2 places. Almost getting alongside the leader there as Matthew gets the switcheroo at turn 1 and moves back up into 2nd place.
Nicely done there.
Here comes Coix Gamer. Oh, they've made contact. Coix Gamer is round at turn 5.
Unfortunately for a lot of them drivers that Ghosting is on, or that would have been a massive pile up there.
It really would have done.
Yep, Super Striker though is right on the tail end of Matthew just ahead. Matthew's using up that battery to try and get away from Super Striker. He manages to improve that gap a little and pull away. We're seeing this battle for 4th place.
Prodigy, after having that slight mishap at the start of the restart of the race, is still leading the way as it stands. The Super Striker, as we're on board with right now, in 3rd place. He is a reserve, however, as Coix Gamer gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And now Matthew moves back up into the lead. 1-1 race this season so far, and Prodigy trying to come back at him as he goes up the inside in defence. But hasn't paid off for him, hasn't come off for him. You there, Lee?
Yep, sorry, I was just saying there that Chuck went flying past Royal Rumble there on the run up to turn 17, and it was like Royal Rumble was driving a blooming Yaris. But moving further up the field, we've still got this battle, this 4-way battle for the lead here. Oh, that's a yellow flag. Who is that? That is Pippo Kennedy. Oh, Chuckle
yeah, he was the one on the soft tyres, wasn't he? So struggling.
Yep, 20 seconds down, so unfortunately not the best strategy for him. Oh, and you've seen Prodigy going a bit deep into turn 11 there.
Chuckle also going a bit deep into turn 11 and overtook Taylor, but Taylor was able to just swoop back past again as we go through 14, 15 and 16.
Yeah, we'll say this is really heating up this battle here. Oh, Chuckle struggling to get traction there coming out of turn 16. And he actually clouted the wall. And no damage though, it was just the wee side of the tyres. And could Paul Jones possibly... No, I thought he was possibly going to be looking for a move there.
Thought better of it though, yeah.
Pippo Kennedy may as well just jump in and get off then. This weather ain't going to be getting better anytime soon.
Short Marcus now moving up a place. Looney Man as well.
Oh, Danny
and Prof are both out of the race. That is another safety car, and Coix Gamer dives into the pits right at the pit lane line as Pippo Kennedy is going around the wrong direction. That's saved him as well. 4 safety cars in one race.
Yeah, I think Juggle was involved in that as well. See, because he did drop a few places. We'll see if anyone else has managed to... Well, has anybody else ended up procuring damage? It doesn't seem
And the rain is stopped, Lee.
Oh. And Koyaks onto the softs now. So, absolutely spectacular from him. Now, we're going to see under the freeway there dry up. Because I think it will probably be a while before that properly does. But now, we started off with 18 and now we're down to 13, and this is just going to show you how much these guys are pushing the limits. Unfortunately, a bit too much. Oh, Royal Rumble.
The other thing that's interestingly, what are these guys going to do? Are they going to stay out for a lap? Some of them are staying out for a lap, and some of them are coming in straight away. This could change up the whole orderly.
It could. I was just trying to find Royal Rumble if we could send him an invite there, since he's unfortunately had a connection issue, I think.
All Short Marcus and Prodigy switching positions there for some reason.
Yep, 2 seconds.
No worries. So the top 6 haven't pit, the others have. The track is still quite wet at the moment. When do we think we'll get back racing again? Don't think it'll be in this lap. It'll probably be in next lap. So we'll have 2 laps. I don't think we're going to have DRS again this race. Of course, we haven't had it for a while with the conditions being the way they are. Lee, this could be very interesting at the end. The track isn't drying up all that much yet.
Yep, I think these Interfolks could still have it in the bag. I mean, the safety car does change it quite a bit and makes that margin for error so little. And, well, yeah, these guys are going to have to try and keep it in between them white lines. But Prodigy, though, I don't think it would be advised, really, to be weaving and trying to keep them temperatures. If this track does dry out anytime soon, that's going to be quite a hindrance to him, with having them intermediates roasting.
I really can't call this, Lee. I think now this top 6 are committed to the inters to the end.
And in all honesty, Chuck doing as well as he did from that first safety car. Well, even the second safety car was sitting down at the back of the grid, and now he's up into 6th place. So we'll have a wee quick look at position changes. Bugatti Slovan up 14 positions. Nicely done from him. Royal Rumble, I'm not sure if he is back in the session yet. No, he isn't. Hopefully he can get back in real soon. Unfortunately, I don't have him, so I can't send him an invite.
Click on his profile, Lee, and add him as a friend. So click on the square button, go to his name, then view profile.
Oh, through Race Director.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for your spectator menu.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll have 2 laps to go. I really don't know what's going to happen here. The track hasn't really dried up at all. We could see the first of the last 2 laps be in the court of the intermediate runners. And the next lap might sway more towards the slick tyres.
Well, we'll keep this.
But if I was Prodigy, though, you want to get on with this, though, don't you?
Yeah, I would imagine, but he's going to have to try and he's going to have to wait until that safety car is in before he goes.
And I think he's just about to get going now as we go through the final corner and on to the penultimate lap of this race as Short Marcus is bearing down already on the race leader. Prodigy not gone on the podium, not one so far this season, been leading most of the laps. And is he now going to lead the final 2 laps?
Super Striker and Matthew are battling out side by side. They're going around turn 3. Matthew is going to be going side by side. He's going to have the inside line in turn 4. Super Striker's going to have the inside line for turn 5. And Matthew still manages to fend off that attacking Haas there. Oh, and Super Striker just going a bit wide on the entry into turn 8. So possibly could have picked up a track violations warning.
I really think what I said, Lee, might actually happen here, as Taylor Danny looking to the outside of Bugatti Sloven as they go into turn number 3. This is for second place in the race. They make contact with one another, and then he makes contact with Chuck, who gets through as well. But it's bringing the guys on the soft tyres back into it. The track is getting drier. And the final lap might become the lap of the dry tyres, so we'll have to wait and see. But I really don't know what's going to happen. If it dries up very quickly, Lee, Matthew or the others behind could be actually on for a race win here.
I couldn't see that happening, as I think they're too far away for that. But then again, you never know. Chuck managing to make up a place on Bugatti Sloven. But Bugatti Sloven could have that cutback if he's managed to get that traction perfect. Coming out in turn 18, and no, he doesn't, unfortunately. Chuck just gets that better traction there. Super Striker moving up a place on the practically AFK Royal Rumble.
As we go on to the final lap, and it's definitely looking like very much a crossover point now, Lee. I think if the soft runners had had another lap, we might have been looking at some very interesting overtakes and battles for podiums and maybe the win. But I think it's going to fall into the hands of the intermediate runners. But it is almost dry now, Lee.
Yep, and these dry compound runners right now are still battling out with each other. Matthew, though, is gaining on Taylor Danny here. Quite considerable rate as well, but he's running low on fuel, so he's going to have to back off a little. We've seen Kayaks and Chuckle swapping places there. And now Matthew's got this within a second here, within half a second now. So all he needs to do is be light on the brakes here going into turn 17. And he could possibly make up a place on Taylor Danny.
He's getting closer and closer to the back of that driver on the intermediates. He's going to be at a break later as he's on the dry tyre. And here goes Paul Jones up the inside as well. As we go into turn 17, Matthew is out of the race. He's out of the race. Shawn Marcus takes the win. But Prodigy, being the first of the full-time drivers, will win. Bugatti comes second. Paul Jones will be third on the podium on the soft compound of tyre.
Now, look at the gap between 4th and 5th there. They two crossed the line at practically the same time. 37 thousandths of a second between Taylor Danny and Alfa Romeo, just ahead of who I forgot the name of, Bugatti Sloven. They're managing to make up, I don't even know how many places.
That would probably be my driver of the day as well, to be fair, Bugatti Sloven.
Definitely. But now we see the top 3 on the podium here. And now we'll go to the final standings here. Shawn Marcus getting that win there. Prodigy getting the second place, but getting that fastest lap. So getting that extra point. Bugatti Sloven in 3rd, Paul Jones in 4th, Taylor Danny 5th, 6th was Super Striker, Chuck 7th, 8th was Lehman Royal Rumble, 9th Coyotes Gamer, 10th Chuckle, 11th Pibble Kennedy, 12th, and Matthew, unfortunately, binning it 3 corners to the end at turn 17 as he was going for a move on, was it Taylor Danny at the end there?
I believe so. He does, though, of course, he is classified, so he will go home with points, whatever 13th gets him.
I think in here they've got to do 100% of the race.
No, I don't think so.
Do they not? Alright, that's fair then.
because I got
So,
points when it was Bahrain when I crashed out on the penultimate lap, but I was a lap down and I got points.
right, fair. So, that is the end of the Grand Prix. That was actually a really interesting one, to be honest. Battling every lap.
It was just a shame about the amount of safety cars, but
I guess that kind of helped the battling, I would say.
yeah, it's a shame it didn't dry half a lap earlier as well. That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, we should get some drivers in for their interviews. Prodigy winning his first race of the season came very close yesterday, and was able to convert it into a win this evening. He's in a Red Bull, isn't he, Prodigy?
Yep. So, wait, he got pole, didn't he?
Oh, hold on, I got it.
Jones, was it?
Yeah, it was Paul Jones.
Yeah.
I think Paul Jones is still leading the championship, though.
Makes sense.
He finished third in the end, so.
Nope, there we go. Got 1 out of 3 in. There's Paul Jones. Who is the next one? Who is it? I forget.
Is it?
Oh, it was Bugatti, was it?
Yeah, I think it was Bugatti. I don't know if we'll have Bugatti join us. Bear me a sec. Let's just double check. Yeah, so it should be Bugatti, but I don't believe we'll get him in. Anyway, we'll talk to our first place driver. First time on the podium this season. First win for Thursday. Proddy, you must be chuffed about that one. Obviously, after coming second yesterday and now converting that into a win today. So you must be, yes, I must be really pleased about that.
Yeah, that was a proper tough old race. You know, mixed conditions, qualifying didn't go great, but in the end, kind of worked out for me. And then, yeah, kind of a discount win because obviously Marcus was reserve and he kind of won. But yeah, it was good. It was like I let him go quite quickly because he had much fresher tires and I knew he was reserve, so I knew it wasn't going to affect my race. So, but overall, yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty fun.
Well, that's it is racing smart though, I suppose. Just letting him go and not letting letting ego get involved with it, I guess. But yeah, obviously it was challenging. You had that sort of half spin at turn 11 as well, sort of 2/3 of the way through the race, didn't you? And luckily he was able to keep it out of the wall and sort of fall back in at the back of that DRS train. So that was also good.
Yeah, that was a mad one because the lap before it was fine, no grips, no mistakes, and then I come out of turn 1 and go into turn 3 and 4, and then as soon as I come out of 3, it just snapped on me, and I thought I was going in the wall, but luckily I kept it out. I lost 2 or 3 positions though. That was fun.
Right. Yeah, it was turn 11 though that you spun, sort of half spun, wasn't it?
Oh, was it turn 11? I thought it was
think
before that.
I think it was turn 11. Well, not sure, but that's what I thought it was. Yeah, obviously, as I said, so it was so close yesterday. The battle with Josh, quite comfortable at the start as well, weren't you? Like in the first phase, you were close, but you were leading quite comfortably for a while, and then you were switching places with. Who were you switching places with? Was it Paul?
Yeah, it was Paul and Matthew.
Paul and Matthew, but yeah. So is Miami one of your? Do you feel like one of your best tracks, or Do you think strategy kind of played a part today with
I think
safety cars?
I think strategy definitely played a part because I think if Matthew and Paul hadn't pitted on the last safety car, I think it would have been a different story. If I'm honest, I think they both would have got me. So
It got close towards the end, though, doesn't it? It definitely was pretty much dry on the last lap.
yeah, it was.
I think if there had been one more lap, you may not be talking to me now.
Possibly, yeah, I would agree with that.
Anyway, next week we're in Qatar. Is that one of your? Obviously, it's quite a new track anyway, but is it one of your favourites? Do you like it, or?
I mean, I'll say that I've got a good quali pace, a 1 lap pace, and I've got a good race pace around Qatar. But I always seem to come away with about 9 or 12 seconds of penalties, which is not fun. I just can't keep it on track in Qatar.
The thing I find about it is I actually find that track quite disorientating as well, because some of the corners are so similar in sections. You kind of forget where you are. Sometimes I felt that last time we raced there.
Yeah, definitely. Like in that last sector where you think you're kind of stopping for a slow right, but it's actually a flat right, and you just miss it sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, congratulations anyway on your first win of the season. Hopefully you can start. Do you think you can start challenging for the title now? Maybe.
Well, I think it's a bit soon for that, but we'll definitely give it a good go.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll see you next week. Obviously, probably earlier on Monday. I'm not sure what we're racing on Monday. But anyway, yeah. Congrats, and we'll see you next week. Paul,
Thank you.
I think after today you're still leading the championship. You told me last week this was one of your dud tracks, but you've obviously maybe a bit unlucky with the strategy at the end. Well, obviously you wouldn't have known what was going to happen if you had stayed out.
Yeah, he kept saying he was going to go dry in 5 minutes, and you don't know what to believe on this game. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And I thought I see Matthew pit, and I was last minute. I thought I should have stayed out. I thought as soon as he went in, I thought why didn't I just do the opposite? And then I thought I've committed now. I've got to do it. I mean, I had pace in qualifying, stuck it on pole somehow, which I was quite surprised at myself. But race pace was okay in the dry. Started losing the rear quite a lot, so I had to up my brake bias a few times. But when it went to the wets, I seemed to struggle quite a lot, getting a bit of just locking the rear constantly. I kept upping the brake bias again to see if it helped, but still kept managing to do it. But yeah, strategy again. It's safety car galore. It's so hard to sort of judge what you need to do at the right time, and especially when the track was slowly drying, but it was still wet. So probably I should have stayed out, which possibly would have gave me P2, maybe the win. I don't know, but it would have been a lot closer. But yeah, I managed to make a few positions up at the end, so hopefully P3 will keep me in the lead. I'm not too sure. I thought Matthew DNF, but I believe he actually finished P13.
Yeah, he
So
was one lap down. He did DNF on the penultimate lap, but I think they give points obviously for that because he technically was one
yeah,
lap down. But obviously, it still means that you're at the top. Obviously, been on the podium every race so far this season, and you knew this probably already. Until today, you'd scored 28 points in the first 3 races,
yeah.
which was interesting to see. Very, very, very consistent. So Qatar next week. Is that one you enjoy? It's
I,
definitely most people say they like it for qualifying.
Yeah, I like the track. I'm going to be blatantly honest with you. I think I've done one, maybe two league races around here. I'm not the quickest, but I've actually looked at the calendar, and I think the first 5 races on the calendar possibly are probably my weakest, and I'd probably say the second half's probably my strongest. I mean, apart from maybe Bahrain, I feel like I'm quick at Melbourne, Jeddah, and Interlagos, Brazil. So I feel like I've got points that I can score there. So I think it was more damage limitation for the first half of the season. So hopefully I can push on and keep up some more consistency and get some more good results going forward in the next few races.
Well, if that's damage limitation, I can't wait to see the last half of the season
Yeah, I
after
hope
your
so. I
first 4
mean,
races.
yeah, I mean, like I was dreading tonight. I'm not going to lie. You just knew it was going to be mixed conditions as well. You know, the weather in qualifying, it was saying it was going to rain, but then when you check the radar, it wasn't going to rain. And then as soon as the race starts, it said it was going to rain. It was just like you just don't know how to set your car up for it. So, but yeah, it was a good race, entertaining race. But again, just safety cars, I
It
can
just
imagine you guys, it annoys you guys as well, constantly seeing them coming out.
yeah, it does. Sometimes we, like you guys, we welcome it sometimes, but it just ruins the flow, doesn't it? You start getting back
Yeah,
into it again, then it just it's
it
just
just
back to a
ruins.
reset again.
Yeah, it ruins anyone with a penalty as well. Like anyone who's got a penalty and the pack closes up if they built a gap, it sort of messes their race up as well, especially if the pack's quite close at the end. But it is what it is, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we're stuck with it. I mean, I believe it was on reduced today as well, which was one down from what it was last week, and it was still just as bad. So
Well, they need
yeah,
to try and sort that out among with a lot of things. Um,
definitely.
Anyway, thanks very much, Paul. We'll see you next week. Obviously, still leading the championship, so hopefully we still go upwards for yourself.
Yeah,
Anyway,
fingers crossed.
thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next week with Marcus on Monday for sure. Apologies again for missing a stream on Monday. Thanks very much for watching. It's goodbye from me and from Lee.
Peace out.